All right, here's a snapshot of early voter turnout so far. In Denton County, more than 37,000 people have gone to the polls. Dallas County has almost 70,000 folks at the polls. And we're still also waiting for numbers right now in Tarrant and Collin counties. But let's start with a question a lot of people are asking after the first full week of early voting. Where are all the voters?
Yeah.
Texas has 1 million new registered voters since the 2020 election, but they haven't really shown up yet. Turnout remains low.
Huge, puzzling question, isn't it?
It sure is.
Jessica Huseman is the editorial director for Votebeat.org, and she's with us this afternoon. Thanks for coming in, Jessica.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, I know you're looking into some of the trends. So what do you think? What is driving low voter turnout in an election when so many things seem to be at stake?
So many things are at stake, but I think that they are not energizing the same groups of people, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are people who are concerned about the same things, and they're all very concerned about those things. So people who are concerned about abortion are also concerned about gun rights. It's not drawing two different groups of people to the poll, to the polls. And so Democrats just haven't been able to rev the amount of enthusiasm and excitement that GOP candidates have been able to this cycle. And so I think that that is what we're seeing as a result of that.
But Jessica, this is the best Democratic ballot that party has had in 20-something years in this state. If this one won't bring people out, what's it going to take to pull Democrats out to the polls?
A presidential election. You know, I think that midterms in Texas are always disappointing. We were spoiled by 2020 because people were so enthusiastic about turning out to the polls in 2020 and in 2016, especially in Texas. This is the first time in a while that Trump endorsed everyone isn't on the ballot, and I think that that's just causing some enthusiasm to wane.
Let's pick apart some numbers. We talked earlier about this new University of Houston poll, and it looks like 6 issues are extremely important to the governor's race. 85% of likely voters say crime and public safety, 83% inflation, 81% say electric grid reliability. You can see the numbers there on your screen. There were other issues as well. 79% said government spending and taxes, 79% K through 12 public education, and 76% said economic growth. It's definitely interesting to see all of those numbers because it seems like there is energy. People believe different things are important to them, but yet then, like you said, it's just they're not segmented. There's one group of people who's going to the polls.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I think that there's a small group of people in both parties who are incredibly enthusiastic and incredibly turned out about these issues. I just don't think that enthusiasm is particularly widespread. And so, you know, it takes a lot of time to go to vote. I mean, it doesn't take as much time as people think, I think, but it is something you've got to go and do in Texas. You can't vote from home. And so it's a lot easier to respond to a poll from home than it is to turn out at a polling location. And I think we're seeing that sort of disappointing realization.
Jessica, Republicans have perfected messaging. Democrats have always struggled there. They admit they struggle there. What's going to happen for Democrats to finally get on board with messaging, which is so much of this at the end of the day?
You know, I think that the party structures in Texas have always been a little difficult for the Republicans, or I'm sorry, for the Democrats. The Democrats have had a very disorganized party system, and so their messaging is not nearly as streamlined as the GOP in Texas. And then also, you know, there are more Republicans in Texas than there are Democrats, and so they have more resources and more people and a better campaign arm, frankly.
At the end of the day, that's what it's all about. There is a much more structured Republican system here than there are Democrats.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Much more money, too.
Yes, much more.
Yeah. Jessica, thanks so much for the input. We appreciate it.
Thank you.